All right. Almost every other video, I get somebody who says, "Oh, you don't have guts. You're deleting my comment. Oh, I challenge you. Leave my comment and let it show." And I keep telling you, I'm not the one who's deleting the comments. It's YouTube's AI. The only comments I delete is if you are giving bad words or you're bringing up some bullshit that doesn't add any value. Like fake stuff. Okay. Otherwise, I leave it as it is. So what I decided is to keep you guys happy. I put this announcement. Here is your uncensored anonymous opportunity. And I gave you guys a link which took you to this document. And I'm going to read out all the questions or statements exactly how it is. The only change is if you have made it long, drawn, and confusing, I've edited it and made it very simple. You can take a screenshot if you want to read it in detail. So I'm going to read out, and if in case this video is too long, I'm going to make 2 parts or 3 parts. Timestamps are put down below. Check the timestamps for the summary of the question. Okay, having said that, let's start. Question number 1, or whatever. Why don't you do charity? I'm speaking from India. Why should I do charity? It's my money. I can spend it the way I like. Why should I do charity? You want to do, you do charity. And even if I do charity, why should I tell you that I'm doing charity? So I'm very selective whom I should be charitable towards. And I pre-qualify the person. I only do it with the ones I know. I don't do it with random strangers. Okay. So my money, I choose not to be charitable. You want to be charitable? You can go ahead. Next one. Tell us some of your study methods, please. How as a student I can study well. I'm the wrong person to ask for study advice, but I can tell you this much. I was a guy who failed almost in all subjects, nearly failed. The only time in my life where I got 7th rank or the highest, I was supposed to get 4th if it was not for Hindi, was when I went to a rank holder's house. His mother kind of like adopted me as her son and son's best friend. And we would study every day for 3 hours. Every 15 minutes, we were given something to study, and then there would be a test. Something to study, and then there would be a test. And what answers we got wrong, we had to keep improving on it. So this happened for a whole year. Every day's homework, we had to read, study, write, practice, and we had tuitions. There was a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement, a lot of interest, and that helped me get the highest marks that I ever got in my life. The only other time I did get high marks was when I stopped. There was no internet those days. I stopped playing with friends. I stopped going out. I stopped everything. I locked myself in the house. And from morning all the way till night, I would do nothing but read, study, write. And that's how I got high marks. So without a support group, without tuitions, without one-to-one attention, without someone asking you to read 15 minutes and then taking a test, read, test, there's no other way you can improve, and this has to be consistent. But if you're going to do it yourself, you will fail 100%. Next one. I've edited this. What it says here is you have 2 choices. One is to study consistently for a year without breaks to pass an exam. Okay. The other, if you do, you'll get a course you're passionate about. Okay, fine. So you study hard, get good marks, get a course. The other choice is a basic job offer to start earning money. Which one would you pick? See, once again, it all depends. What are you studying? If you're studying in a premium or a premier college, like an Ivy League, wow. If you're studying in a globally recognized college, wow. If you are going to study in some Pondicherry Gurukula school of cows and buffaloes, and you get, I got a PhD, and the people will be like, the hell is this? There are even people who tell me, oh, I got this from the Wellington University of Duke, Rochester. And then I asked him, so you went to Wellington? And no, I did it online. Fancy big terms, no point. Okay, so it depends which college, which university. On the other hand, if you're talking about a job, are you working in a Fortune 500 company? Are you working with a businessman who's going to mentor you personally and improve your skills? Or are you just going to work as a typist or just a cleaner in a company or some salesperson selling peanuts or insurance? So there also it's detrimental. So you need to evaluate your situation. Is it an Ivy League? Is it a worthwhile institute? Or is it mentorship from someone really worthwhile? Okay, you need to evaluate these, and based on that, you can make a decision. But if everything is standard, I would say if you are looking for a career whereby you're going to get a master's and a PhD and you're going to migrate abroad, then the education is important. But on the other hand, if you want to start earning more money and start working, and there's a possibility that you can develop a trade, skill, technical, then doing the actual work physically is much better. But at no point do I recommend you give up your education. If your parents are paying for you, please study. Please, please, please study. Don't take out the shortcut. Education, having good credentials always will help you. Maybe later on, not just getting a job, migration also. Okay, because you can't go to, let's say, a migration officer and say, I graduated from the school of hard knocks. If you show him a master's degree from a reputed university, that gives you points, and not saying, I'm street smart. Okay. Next one, what are your thoughts on antinatalism? Okay, I had to Google search this. Antinatalism is a belief that having babies is a bad idea because life is full of suffering. Bringing new people in the world means more suffering. People who believe in antinatalism think it's better not to have children to avoid problem adding to the world's problems. So what are my thoughts on this? Each to his own. If you can take care of a child and manage a family, have children. If you are so pessimistic, negative, and you can't manage, don't have children. That's as simple as it is. The next one, please take a screenshot of this. This guy has written a long, drawn, very confusing thing. So what I did is I just edited it, and this is what he says. I'm in an army in Europe. I was born in UAE. Muslim countries rejected me. My dad doesn't like me. My mom doesn't respect me. People I've trusted have hurt me. People spread false rumors about me. The police also didn't help me when I was attacked. I have no property, no inheritance. So I joined the army and I'm struggling. Once I was even arrested for going to a funeral. I feel stuck in Europe in my job. I have one passport and it could be taken away if I'm accused of something. I feel everything is going wrong. I wonder where is Allah and if I'm a bad person. What would you do if you're in my place? I personally feel you have a personality disorder. You have mental and emotional problems. I would highly recommend you go for a psychiatric evaluation. I'm not saying this in a bad way. You really need medical attention, okay? Because there are a lot of problems. If the whole world is against you, means there's a problem with you. And please seek medical guidance and medical attention, because I definitely see you going in the wrong direction. And if I suspect you're the guy who got kicked out of my group because you were busy sharing, girls' photographs and saying, oh, this is the girl I want to marry, I love this girl, and you're still doing it with the anonymous group that I have asked you to join, there's something seriously wrong with you. I strongly suggest seek medical attention, seek a psychiatric evaluation, and please, seriously, this is not to put you down. Okay, next one. Hey Loy, I'm curious about the corporate culture in India. It seems like people who butter up their bosses and attractive women get promoted more easily than others. Do you think there's a way to stop this? Or should I think of advancing my career outside of India? Okay. My understanding of the corporate culture in India, it is still very backward in many ways. And it's not only the corporate culture, dealing with Indians itself is a nightmare in itself. I have personally interacted, I'm not very comfortable. It's not my thing. As it is a corporate culture, I'm not a big fan of it. And Indian corporate culture, I think, is another big mountain in itself. But when I read your question, I feel you are a very reactive person. You're not proactive. You will blame everyone else for, your failure. Oh, he got a promotion because he's kissing boss's ass. She got a promotion because she opened her legs and her mouth. So you remind me of some of the people I have blocked in my life who keep blaming and bitching about others. I can't stand such individuals. What I think is you need to take charge of your life. Focus on what you can change, ignore what you cannot, and work your way up. And what I think is you're looking for a way to escape reality, which is why you're saying, okay, should I go outside India? Like I've told people, if you leave India, you'll not get the problems of India, but you'll get far new problems, which can be very challenging as well. But given a choice between India and going abroad, I would say go abroad. But if you take the Indian mentality with you abroad, it's going to be, you're going to jump from the fire, from the frying pan to the fire. Next one. This one is, okay. Hello, I've been following your channel for a long time. I appreciate your open-mindedness. However, there are certain things about you I don't like. Okay. First, your approach to managing finances for your family. So you don't like the way I take care of the finances of my family. Okay, fine. My first initial reaction, who the fuck are you? Why should I report to you? Like, why should I, oh, sir, here are my finances. Here's what I'm doing. Sir, can I get your certificate of approval? Please, sir, please, say something good about me. It's like that. I don't care a damn. In fact, when people ask me about my finances, I tell them in a very crude manner, does your father take care of me? No. Are you taking care of me? It's not your father's money. It's mine. So why should I listen to you? Anyway, let's see what you have to say. It seems like you don't save anything for your wife and daughter's future. My response to it is, how do you know? Do you know how many bank accounts I have? Do you know what I've kept in my wife's account? Do you know what I've kept in my daughter's account? How do you know? Or maybe there's a possibility I don't tell you everything. Maybe I tell you a few things. Have you thought about that? And here's the thing. Which individual on this planet literally puts out his entire financial reports, personal, for the whole world to see? Do you know anybody who does that? This is how much is in my bank account. This is how much in my wife's account. This is how much in my daughter's. This is in my son's. Do you know anybody who does that? Okay. And what you know about me is what I've shared with you. So what I've not shared, you don't know, right? So, and the bigger question is, this is the, not question, the bigger thing is, this is the typical Indian mentality which I hate, which is the reason I chose not to stay in India. They are just gossip mongers who are busy, they want to know other people's affairs, other people's finances, other people's lives, other people's sexuality, other people's whatever. Mind your own goddamn business, man. Okay. It seems that you don't save anything. How do you know? Okay. And the only thing, and you care about them is by giving them a good time by going to fancy restaurants. Yeah, those are Instagrammable moments. Those are Facebook moments. I mean, would you rather have me post on Instagram when I'm depositing money in the bank account and showing you the bank balance? Or would it be rather that we eat something nice and we take a nice photograph enjoying ourselves? Which is better for Facebook and Instagram? So you're busy following me, checking all this content, and you're lecturing me about that. Oh, you're only sharing this. How about sharing that? Who does that, man? Where is your common sense? Your mother and father should give you 2-3 slaps and straighten you up. And maybe your mother and father themselves are like this. No, I'm not saying it as an insult. If your upbringing was proper, you wouldn't be talking like this. You're more interested in other people's affairs. You're jobless. And if you really were success-centric, if you really were interested in yourself, you wouldn't be interested in all this. Anyway, next one is, you invest a lot of money for the present. You spend on gadgets. Fella, that won't be worth or useful after a few years. My dear, what if I die tomorrow? What if I die tomorrow? The bank balance, which is all there, what am I going to do with that money? It'll be left for wife and kid. So am I living my entire life only for them? Am I living my entire life just to save money? I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't go out. I don't go for parties. I don't go socializing. I don't even go to restaurants and eat when I'm alone. So what do you want me to do? Just save the money? My only job is work and save money, save. Is that what a man is supposed to do? Just earn money and save for wife and daughter? Are you one of the... I think you must be a female who does this. If you're a female, your mentality is totally rotten. And if you're a guy who's writing this, you definitely are very, I mean, feminine. You're very much feminine. Okay. You can easily afford a good quality education in Indonesia, not Indonesia, this is Samui, Thailand. Okay. For your girl, but you put her in the cheapest school, same with your women. Okay. I think, okay, you have written wrong. One is, this is Thailand. The second one is, the decision for sending her to school was based on the fact that to drive her to school, it's 3 minutes away, 3 to maximum 4 minutes if I drive from here. The next school, which is slightly little bit more expensive, is 45 minutes drive. Okay, 35 to 45 minutes drive. And the expensive schools will literally take me 1.5 hours. Okay, so if you are in my place, which school would you prefer? And let's assume there were 3 schools. Okay, let's say the most expensive school was nearby. I still wouldn't put her there, because where the most expensive schools are, there the most pampered children are. And Thai nationals don't bring their children here. It's only the foreigners, the whites, the Westerners. I don't want my daughter to have the habits and mannerisms of Westerners, from having expensive iPhones to expensive headsets to having expensive hobbies, from horse riding to swimming to meeting, brunch and all that. I don't want to encourage my daughter to have all that. And they also wear very questionable outfits, and they have very questionable habits and manners. I want her to be typical Thai. And right now she's in Ubon, Rajasthani. She's in the village. She studies where my wife studied, and she gets along very easily. They live a very simple life. So, and it's funded by taken care of by the Thai government. So I'm pretty happy. My wife is very happy. My kid is not complaining. I don't understand what is your problem. And just because we pay less doesn't mean it's like roadside education. It's good quality education taken care of by the government, much better than India at least. Okay. So you can afford good clothes. So if I can afford good clothes, what is the point of spending money on good clothes? We don't go out, we don't meet anyone. You see this? This is nearly 7 years old. Okay. My wife and I, we hardly go out. So if we wear expensive branded items, we are going to show whom? So we wear simple clothes. I give the money, which they can buy expensive clothes. I give the money in cash to my wife and tell her, do what you want with it. She buys whatever she likes. And normally she always buys gold. Okay. And with regards to my daughter, the money that I give her, she puts it in the bank. So why should we spend money on clothes? I mean, you're a dumb fuck if you think you need to spend money on clothes. Clothes for whom? Clothes for what? Okay. And you buy second-hand clothes. I did not know about second clothes, and I'm not the one who's buying second-hand clothes. It's my wife who's buying, because she doesn't believe in spending on branded items. There is a jeans trouser which is like 3,000 baht in the shopping mall, 3,000 or 5,000 baht. The same jeans, which is non-branded, my wife got it for 200 baht. 200 baht. And the branded one is 5,000. So which one do you think my wife should buy, and why? If it serves the same purpose, why not buy cheaper? Keep the rest of the money to buy something else. Okay. This proves your extreme level of selfishness. You might call it selfishness. We call it being smart and intelligent with how we spend our money. Okay. You're failing to provide your family with the best when you're capable of doing so. How do you know that I have failed to provide my family the best? From where my wife came to what I'm providing her, if you see our entire family, she's living a life of luxury when they compare with everyone else. So you're wrong. You have failed to understand this. And you're very much self-entitled, and I don't blame you for it. It's your upbringing. Without any doubt, this shows you love plastic toys more than your family. Okay, if that is what you believe. I mean, do I really need to convince you? Okay. No hate, man. I'm just saying, have a great day. I don't have any hate. You're just an ignorant piece of shit who doesn't know anything. And I don't feel any hate for you because you are ignorant, you're a nothing, you're a nobody, you're just a person who conjures up all this nonsense. And imagine, you value good clothes. I would rather give that money to my wife for a good, worthwhile investment or to spend on something that she likes. Good clothes for who? For what? So you're just an ignorant, dumb idiot, and I have no hate for you. It's not your fault. This is how you are. Okay. Anyway, next one. How is your skin becoming fairer day by day? One can be the lighting. The second one can be if you sit in an AC room, obviously you'll be light. If you go out in the sun and you keep being in the sun, you'll get darker. So pigmentation. Okay. Next one. I like the way you speak. Okay. But I feel confronting this world is no use, which you do. Well, I do it for engagement, entertainment, and fun, for my own personal amusement. If I start being nicey, happy, I feel it's very boring. I love the way you humorously debunk the Dubai myth. Okay. But I'm really curious how you worked on yourself post your parental trauma and fucked up marital life. I've made multiple videos on it. It's no point me repeating this again and again and again. Just Google search Loy, parents, Loy, upbringing, Loy, married life or divorce. You'll get all the answers. I'm not going to repeat it again. How does your wife treat you? My current wife treats me pretty well. Very happy. Does she behave well? We both behave properly. I mean, the way you are asking is as if it's a dog and does your dog behave properly? Okay. Anyway, next one. Why do you seem to insult Indians? Okay, why do I seem to insult Indians when you behave like the archetypal Indian uncle? See, when there is a crime reporting rape, when there is corruption, when like this Indian freeloaders stealing or engaging in unethical behavior, stealing food which can be given to poor people, you want me to praise Indians or you want me to pinpoint where they are wrong? Okay. So if the guys sexualize females in a disgusting manner, do you want me to pinpoint that out or do you want me to say, no, this is a great thing? So I call a spade a spade. I speak on problems and issues. So if you are feeling insecure, you're feeling the pain because you are a typical nationalistic, sensitive, woke crowd, it's not my problem. And you might feel I'm an archetypal Indian uncle. I just feel you're a woke, sensitive keyboard warrior who is pretty jobless and who feels affected by every small thing. So your view is yours, my view is mine. You say people think you're not Indian. Okay? Yeah, because of my appearance. I speak on the visual aspect. Indians don't do this. Okay. There is not a single person I've met till today who, by looking at me, will say, this is a typical Indian. So I speak on that. But within 5 seconds of you opening your mouth, I feel I'm magically transported to listening to my dear old trash talking neighborhood uncle who's God's gift to mankind. Okay, within 5 seconds. I'm very curious to know, how does your uncle talk? Like, I mean, does he have a YouTube channel? Does he have tattoos? Does he talk like me? Okay, you're saying talk like me. Fine. So within 5 seconds, well, given that my accent is very much like an Indian, I was born and raised in a South Indian family. I studied in a South Indian college or school. Well, I will sound South Indian. I mean, what do you want me to put on an accent? Hi, how are you? You know, would you like to have a cup of tea? I'm, a Chinese will sound Chinese, African will sound African, Indian will sound Indian. I have an Indian accent. I can't help it. I'm not going to sit and focus on putting on an accent. Okay. All the hypocrisy, double standard, cheap gossip, always right, zero respect for women. Funny that you make videos shaming rape in India and endorse such behavior through your depraved views to young Indian keyboard warriors who try to mimic your behavior. Sentence is still not over. Comma, backhand keyboard warrior insults that you can't say directly to people's faces speaking about topics that you read one article and present your opinion like you have done a PhD on it. See, it's very obvious you don't like my content. It's very obvious you do not like what I have to say. You don't share the same point of view. But the question then is, then why do you follow my content? Do I force you? Do I ask you? See, you're saying I'm a hypocrite, double standard, cheap gossip, zero respect for women. Then why do you follow my content? Why do you watch my videos? Why do you even bother commenting? Shouldn't you do something worthwhile? Shouldn't you, instead of going for someone who is cheap and zero respect for women and has double standard, shouldn't you focus on someone worthwhile better? It's like you are so upset. You don't like me so much. You see so many flaws in me. Yet, you still want to comment. Why? If I don't like someone, I don't even bother commenting. I don't even see their channel. I don't even see their comment. I don't even want to see their videos flash up. See, imagine how much time you took to write all this. How much effort, thought process. If you had something worthwhile to do, you wouldn't do this, right? Which proves you yourself don't have anything worthwhile to do in life, which is why you're very sad, which is why you're so bugged. Do something worthwhile now. Do you see me following you? Do you see me following someone I don't like? No. Okay. Then you proceed to insult the same jobless 20-year-old keyboard warrior doing exactly the same thing you're doing. No, they don't do the same thing I'm doing. I create content. I don't follow them. They follow me. So there's a difference. I make money offering my services online. They don't make any money offering any services online. I have a job, I have a family, I have a life. I don't think they have a job, they have a family, they have a life. Because if they did, they'd be focusing on their brand, which I do, which they don't. So you're cherry picking stuff which doesn't make any sense. Okay. The normal folk minding their own business that don't want drama are sick and tired of dealing with stuck-up uncles that want to butt up their nose in everyone's business, telling them what to do and turning society into a cesspool of raging idiots. You're not minding your own business. You are putting your nose up my butt, and then you're complaining about this. Aren't you contradicting your own self? You're grooming the next set of Desi Andrew Tates. I don't know from where you're getting all these claims. Desi Andrew Tate. I don't like Andrew Tate in the first place, and I don't like being Desi. And my WhatsApp groups, people or even my clients know exactly what I offer them. Like I told you, you have mental issues, you have emotional issues. You need to deal with it rather than find faults with other people. And I feel sad for you. I think you really need help, because look at the amount you have written. The number of words you have written. Okay, I'll give you an idea. Just imagine you have spent. Let me just tell you. I'll tell you how many words you have written. You have written 435 words. Okay, 435 words. Imagine the amount of effort you put just to vent out your frustrations. If you had a worthwhile life, you wouldn't be bothered about me. You're broadcasting all the values that warrant the most depraved behavior. Like what exactly? Tell me what exactly. You need to be specific, right? And then act surprised in your videos where there is news of someone committing messed up acts and then chastising them as if what you speak daily doesn't inspire them to do the same. If someone has raped someone has stolen food which is kept for poor people, or someone uh, does something despicable, how did I encourage them? It's like, these transgender activists who say, oh, your speech encourages violence. Like one senator asked, do women get pregnant? And the response was, I'm sorry, but I will not respond to this transphobic question which promotes violence. So you're also conjuring up. You really need mental and emotional treatment. You seriously, I would say, speak to your parents and get psychiatric help. You really need that. Please don't be a cancer to society, which I think is applicable to you. Take some time to reflect and change your ways, which I think is applicable to you. Share messages of values with these young, impressionable kids that can actually use to change the way they behave in society, rather than make them aspire to be the next Nirbhay culprits. Nirbhay case was a rape, a horrific rape that took place. You're really very disturbed. You really need help, my dear child. I don't know what went through your life. I don't know what trauma that you're suffering from, but you really need help. Okay, that's sincerely I'm saying you need help. Okay, and please don't get into a relationship because you might end up destroying that guy or girl who's with you. And then you'll blame everybody else. You'll blame YouTube, you'll blame YouTubers, you'll blame your uncle, aunt, God, everyone else except you. I'm sure you can still make money even if you tweak your message a little to not inspire young men to be predatory. My target audience is not these young men, or it's not children. It is grown adults who can afford to pay $237 per hour. So it's not most of these people who comment. Okay, no offense, but I'm just speaking based on a few very questionable videos. I'm not offended at all. Why should I be offended? You're just a very immature, insecure child. So you're sharing your silly thoughts, and I'm just reading it out. A few questionable videos I saw. There is a genuine concern here because I'm beginning to see this behavior increasingly everywhere among India's youth, and people like you are adding fuel to the fire. I think instead of being bothered about India's youth, you be bothered about yourself. You need mental, psychological, and emotional help. You don't have to speak about this on your video even. Well, then why did you comment? I told you guys that I will read out the messages that you type. See, you see how you're contradicting yourself. You're saying you don't have to speak about this, when I clearly said whoever comments, I will speak about this. So you're contradicting yourself. And if you are even able to make 1% change in the way you present your ideas, that'll make a big difference to the youngsters that watch your content. My dear, there is content, religious content, spiritual content, pornographic content, vile content. I'm not here to catch children's hands or youngsters' hand and say, come here, come there. It's a free world. Who wants to follow, they follow. I don't treat people like children. So you're asking me to make a 1% change. Why don't you make the change? Why are you asking me? It's like me coming to your house and telling your father, listen, you better change. Mother, you better change. You better change. They'll say, mind your own fucking business, man. You see, there's something wrong with you. Life is precious, and peddling shit all the time makes society a living hell. Maybe there is peace and love in your life. May there be peace and love. You're really a very sad character. I honestly really feel you need to seek medical help, mental, emotional, and professional. Seriously, no hatred towards you, and like you said, no offense. And my request to you, if you feel that I'm this fake, bad, this thing, please block my channel. Don't follow me. I don't know why you guys follow. Okay, next one. Lawyer stories are very interesting. Perhaps some lesson and wisdom can be learned from them. We learn from everyone. You have talked about how valuable your time is and how you spend a large part of your time in your office apart from your family. Yes, because my priority is my work, my focus is my brand, and I'm interested to earn money, to have a good life. Have you evaluated if producing multiple YouTube videos per day is good return on investment? I do it because it's my hobby, it's my passion. Like even this, it's for fun. I don't do it for money or return on investment. The return comes in form of goodwill or brand. Versus producing 3 to 4 videos per week and spending more time with your wife and daughter. No, my priority is not to spend more time with my wife and daughter. I don't enjoy that. I enjoy generating wealth, money, and giving them a better life. I'm not one of those guys who wants to spend time with my wifey, huggy, and all that. I don't know if you are a grown-ass individual, but fathers and mothers, husbands and wives, They don't spend their time having this so-called balanced life. They work their ass off to earn money to give their family a better life. But if you're one of those who spends money with their family, all the best to you. Even if I have millions of dollars, I'll continue doing the same thing that I'm doing. And I don't think my wife minds it. Next one. Sir, can you make a video on men going their own way? It is where men don't have any responsibilities, don't want to have a family life, don't want to settle down, just enjoy themselves. This is only for digital nomads or youngsters, but it's not for people who have crossed a certain level of maturity. So make a video. I don't see any point of making a video on this. The next one. This may be silly for me, but is it right for a 20-year-old Indian guy from a major city to move to the West? I don't know you. I don't know your skills, your talents, your priorities, your vision. So how can I answer that question? Your question is silly. That is definitely, because without understanding who you are, where you come from, a background, what are your goals, what are your vision, this doesn't make sense. Okay. Next one. Hello, Loy sir. I would like to know, how do you sell your courses to an audience? I don't sell any course. I don't know from where you get that. I don't sell any course. I offer a service. One-to-one consulting. I don't offer any course. You got it all wrong. Next one. I don't see why anyone would pay for resume building and brand building when there is free content available. Fine. It's like this. You can have, you can go to college, or you can Google search the same content and get it free online. So why should anyone go to college? You can just Google search, right? Am I right or wrong? College, you spend a fortune. Why are you going to college? You can Google search the same information, get it online. Then you'll say, get a degree. Okay, then why do you have to go to expensive college? Go to the cheapest college, right? Then you'll say, oh, this is recognized. So in the same way, you can get a resume for free. Fine, but what you pay is what you get. You can pay someone $5 on Fiverr. You'll get a $5 CV. You can get a copy paste. You can pay $50 or $500, get 5,000 templates, and you can keep changing your template every time. So it's not for everyone. If your career is strong, you don't need to build a brand. And I told you, personal branding is not for everyone. It is only for those who want to really climb up at a very high level and be very competitive. So it's not for everyone. And if you are saying that there are resumes that are free online and brand building, then you're not my target audience. There are a lot of people who like free online. Go for that. Like, there are some people who, instead of going to an expensive restaurant and having an authentic dish, they prefer watching a YouTube and preparing it at home. So it's up to you. So I've not asked anyone. Those who feel, they'll come to me. You're not my target audience, so you would not understand this. Okay. I, as a client, would be interested in your package if you could provide gap analysis or Holland code. I don't know what is gap analysis. I don't know what is Holland code. So you're not my customer for this, and I don't provide this service. And if you're asking me to convince you to be my client, you're not my client. My clients don't need convincing. They come to me. I never go and convince anyone to come to me. I would really like to know what you bring to the table. Given the fact that you're not even sure what I bring to the table, like I told you, you're not my client, my dear friend. You're not my client. I'm not interested in having a client like you. I enjoy your podcast. I don't make podcasts. I make videos. Once again, you're wrong. And keep making such content. Thank you very much. Enjoy the content for free, which is for free. You don't qualify as my paid client. And this is not out of hate or spite. I'm telling you facts. Next one. Hey Loy, I'm watching your channel since the last 3 years. Okay. By coincidence, I had my biggest academic failure today. Your old videos are of great help. Thank you. I just hope I'm not giving you the wrong message. If you have failed in your academics or your studies, that's fine. It's not the end of the world, but please work hard to succeed, because you have a responsibility to ensure that you get good marks. Because at the end of the day, that degree, master's or PhD or whatever. That will help you, whether it's migration or whether it's even getting a job. So don't celebrate by being a failure. At the same time, don't beat yourself up. Get up and achieve success. I hope that is clear. Next one. To all the Modi Bhakts blinded fans, I would say that your honorable Prime Minister is an uneducated fuck. You are saying all this for what? I don't understand why. He's the Prime Minister of the country. Give him some respect. Anyway, policies can differ, but remember, every politician is a crook, and it depends on, the lesser of two evils, like they say. Okay, next one. Some Indians are not only deeply racist and judgmental, they are also hypocrites of the first order. Okay, fine, if you say so. Next one. Please create a video on the paranormal or some incident in your personal life that you were unable to explain scientifically. It will be something different that you can offer subscribers. I had no incident in my life that was paranormal. I had no incident in my life that I couldn't explain, unless, of course, it was like you thought of someone and you just met them. I don't think there is any such incident. Sorry. Next one. Hi, Loy. I've been following you since 2016. I was quite immature and naive previously, like an average Indian teenager. But YouTube randomly recommended a video of yours. And then by watching your content more and more, I developed maturity and common sense. Okay. I don't know if that helps, but I definitely know it helps. If not maturity, clarity of thinking, because whom you associate with influences you. My question to you is, how can you identify fake friend in the form of backstabbers, especially whom you love, but they pretend to love you? Thanks, an OG subscriber. Well, the only way you can figure that out is through experiences. The more experiences you have, new experiences, the more mistakes you make, you learn from your mistakes, then you become a better person, you become a better judge, and it takes time. So all this takes time, takes plenty of mistakes. That's how you learn. There's no book or there's no advice or one size fits all. Next one, a question. Has Loy Machedo been invited to visit the UAE by any Emirati or any government or private entity? Private entity, yes. Emirati, also yes. Government, absolutely no, because, I criticize them. So why would they invite me? Okay, but I would never go, which I've told you very clearly. Next one. Whenever someone criticizes or questions your belief and perspective, especially when it comes to making money or becoming successful, you usually glean from your own personal experiences. Well, that's the only thing I can do. I can talk to you from my personal experiences. Okay. And see, you're saying whenever someone criticizes you or questions your belief. Yeah, because I don't know who these people are. They are anonymous. Anyone. It can be a 16-year-old. It can be a 14-year-old. It can be a jobless guy who's a bum. So, I don't know who's questioning who. Would you spend time meeting with jobless individuals who have nothing got to do with your life and try to convince them on your net worth or credibility? No. So why should I? Okay. But your life experiences haven't really made you a millionaire or successful. That I've been very explicit about, that I'm not a multi-millionaire. Okay. Successful, it depends what is your definition of success. For me, success was doing what I love, being paid for it, and enjoying my life without having to work for 9 to 5. So that is my definition of success, being able to eat what I like, being able to do what I like. So I'm doing that. So that is my definition of success. So if it doesn't match your definition of success, that's not my problem. So I'm happy. So, okay. And that's a fact. What is a fact? That you're judging me on your standards and saying I'm not happy. The only thing which I agree with you is you're saying you're not a millionaire. I totally agree with you. I don't want to be. I'm happy. If I do get millions, great. But I'm not going to struggle and bust my ass to make millions. Okay. You also talk about life advice relating to love and relationships. But your views are an outcome of a traumatic childhood engulfed with toxic parents and failed relationships. Okay? How can someone who's product of a healthy lifestyle ever relate to you? It's very simple. If you have a healthy relationship and you have a healthy family, you wouldn't seek advice. The only people who seek advice are the ones who are having problems and issues. And they want a solution. And they prefer to come to someone who has gone through even worse. Because if you have gone through hardships, trauma, difficulties, and you have succeeded, people seek inspiration from those people. If you're born with a silver spoon up your ass and life has been perfect and you have no challenges, you have not experienced any difficulty, would you go to such a person whose life is perfect? No, they wouldn't know what is hardships. It's like going to a priest and asking him about married life. What does he know? Or it's like going to a youngster like Shah Rukh Khan's son and asking him, how do you overcome, obstacles in life, difficulties, pain? What would he know? You understand? So, because I've gone through the worst of the worst, people come to me and they ask me, I've gone through level 10, you have gone through level 100. How did you overcome? Makes sense? Okay. Isn't that advice that caters to one section of the people as opposed to the mass engagement? Yeah, my target audience is not the mass audience. It is a very specific group who are going through difficulties and challenges. And people who come to me, they know that they qualify as my customers. But still, I pre-qualify a person and I try to figure out whether they are good enough to be my client or not. And if I can't give value, I don't accept them. Okay. Next one. Why do you force everyone to call you sir? I only insist those who want to join my WhatsApp groups. Okay. You join my WhatsApp groups, you follow my rules. You don't want to join, you don't have to call me. Or if you're looking for mentoring, coaching, guidance, then you follow a protocol that I have created. Otherwise, random people, I don't give a fuck. Random people, you think I'm going around telling everyone I know, hey, call me sir, call me sir. No. It's only someone who wants a favor or wants to join my group or wants my guidance or mentorship, they call me sir. Okay. Like I call my mentors sir or madam or give them the respect. Okay. It's not random, everyone. Next one, CEOs and executives of big banks and companies in many parts of the world don't like juniors or people younger than them calling sir. My dear, CEOs and executives of big banks don't have WhatsApp groups. CEOs don't have WhatsApp groups. Executives of big banks don't have WhatsApp groups. CEOs don't interact with 16-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-olds. Big executives and CEOs don't deal with keyboard warriors. CEOs and executives of big banks don't invite questions like these. They don't have time for all this. They're busy working. And they are being paid a salary. I'm not being paid any salary or anything to take care of all this. These are just freeloaders or people who have just nothing to do, time to kill. They like to interact with me or they want a favor from me. So when you want a favor from me, obviously you need to give respect, right? Just imagine you want a job or you want guidance or you want advice. Your life is broken. And you're like, hey, Loy, how are you, man? Take my CV, get me a job. Huh? So you understand? Okay. You even force your wife to call you sir. Where did I force my wife? I don't know from where you get all these assumptions. I force my wife. My wife has been calling me sir by her own free will and fine, call me sir. And she has taught my daughter to respect me. That's her way of giving me respect. I've made videos on this. See, just because you're biased and you have all these insecurities, you're making all these assumptions. You're wrong. That's a fact. This is utterly misogynistic. Hey, Baba, see, you're an insecure little girl. You're feeling it's misogyny. That's your problem. Like I told you, if I don't know you and I just meet you, I'm not going to say, call me sir or all that. Have a nice day. Do your own thing. But if you want something from me, a favor or, join my groups or, something from me, then yes, you have to give the respect and you have to humble yourself. You start acting like a big shot. You don't have the money to pay and come on, man. I'm sure you had bad experience in the past. Plenty of them. Plenty of. If you Indians, you give them a finger, they'll eat your whole hand. Okay, but that doesn't warrant such nonsensical rule. Well, I've told you very simple. You want something from me, guidance, advice, support, or join my groups, you follow my rules. You don't want? Don't. Did I force anyone? No. Even my wife, my kid, anyone. Free world. Go do what you want. Understood? Okay. And CEOs and executives, I told you, they don't have time for this. They don't create WhatsApp groups. They don't interact with small 20-year-olds, 16-year-olds, or jobless people. Got it? Okay. Next one. Loy, sir, I know you're settled and comfortable with life you're living right now. Kushal Mangal. So, okay life. But you have so much potential for fame. Yeah. Who wants to be famous? You seriously think I want to be famous? I don't want to be famous. I just want to be rich and happy. Okay? Not famous. For instance, if you come back to UAE, I'll be arrested on the spot. Start a podcast. Why I'll be arrested? Because I've spoken bad about Prophet Muhammad, as I called him a pedophile. I've spoken against bad practices in Islam. I have questioned some of the decisions of the rulers and hurt. Many people feel offended, so that is why I'll be arrested. So if I come back to UAE, 100% arrested. Okay. They'll say he insulted, go to a Muslim country and insult the Quran or the Prophet. I'm not saying do it, but if you had to do it, you'll be arrested. So if you come back to the UAE, start a podcast or some means to collaborate. I don't want to start a podcast. It's not that easy. You're ignorant. You don't know what it takes to have a podcast. That is why you're farting all this. So having a podcast is not easy. It's a disaster and many people have failed. Okay. And some means to collaborate with other creators. I'm not interested in collaborating with anybody. I like my own space. Honestly, you can reach such significant fame. Not interested in being famous. So none of the points you have mentioned is of interest to me. And I can assure you, you have not done any of these. That is why you're talking about it. So without experience, don't give people advice. Another thing I wanted to point out is on the plea video to the Sharjah Sheikh. Don't honestly, no bullshit, believe that the government or the Sheikh himself saw the video and then took action. See, we don't know. We don't know who saw the video. We don't know whether someone influential or non-influential saw the video. That is a fact. And I've also mentioned it very clearly that the possibility of the Sheikh watching the video is very remote, extremely remote. Okay. However, one thing I can assure you, there is a sizable audience that does watch these videos, and these videos are not meant for the whole world. It's meant for a very specific group of people. But I do know there are many Emiratis who watch my videos, many Arabs, and some government officials. How? Because I'm interacting with them. And I have made very controversial videos before, and I did get some scary phone calls from very scary individuals. I've not spoken about this, but I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so which you don't. So at that time, it was like 4K views. So I just want to know, honestly, do you actually believe that that a small unpopular video made him make those phone calls? I never claimed that because of my video, he made those phone calls. I just said, after I made that video, there was a lot of action or results. You see the difference? I never said, because of my video, this happened. I said, after I made the video, this happened. Understood? Okay. I doubt it. Even I doubt it. Okay. However, just to be clear, my question is, when you make that response video, did you seriously believe it because of you, or you just made it seem like a video had some impact? Yes, I agree with the latter part of your statement that this video had some impact towards something positive because we were trying to drive home a message. Because remember, anyone who is based in UAE cannot dare make such a video to a sheikh because you will be arrested on the spot. If you're in UAE and you make a video addressing the sheikh, it's not permitted, not allowed. I've lived there. It's very dangerous. Okay. And it seems that your video just to boost your worth. There's no I'm putting these videos to add value to my brand in terms of the person that I am. All these videos, good, bad, ugly, popular, unpopular, it's a part of my brand. And when I did get a request from someone credible saying that please put these videos as a plea, because I know that person, I did it. Okay, so you say genuine question. Here is my genuine answer. Hope that is clear. Okay, next one. Hello, sir. Hope you're well. I came to know of your YouTube channel 6 years back. You're a very intelligent man. Thank you very much. I hope so too. I like watching some of your videos. Okay. However, I do not like when you upload videos of dead animals like fish, chicken, meat market. I guess you're a vegetarian. Okay. So obviously it'll be uncomfortable for you. I would like to know whether killing animals for food is ethical or no. Oh, absolutely. Very necessary. You need to survive. So you need to kill an animal to eat, and especially if you're not a vegetarian. Okay. People say you only get protein by consuming meat. No, not necessary. You can get protein by consuming even vegetables, but the amount of protein is very, very less. Okay. But have you figured out as to how the chicken gets protein from? Yeah, their gut, their intestine, sorry, their digestive system, their DNA is very different from a human DNA. So you have flesh-eating animals, you have vegetarian animals. So herbivores and carnivores. That's the right term. Okay, they are fed huge amounts of soy, basically plants. Okay, and they are killed to satisfy the demands of people. Well, that is how the consumer industry is. And I don't see any problem in that. You have somebody who likes to eat meat, you have somebody who likes to eat vegetarian. So you should not impose your views on this group, and they should not impose their views on the other group. So are your taste buds more important than the life of those poor beings? They are not poor beings, they are animals. And yes, my taste buds are important. My health is more important than an animal's health. Okay. How do you feel if someone was slaughtering you and gave your flesh to a lion or tiger? A totally illogical statement which only a child would make. Nobody would sacrifice a human being to feed an animal. I have not met anyone till now. Do you know anybody who has done that? Unless, of course, he's a Mexican cartel or something. So nobody kills an animal. We are the top of the ladder, hierarchy, whatever. So nobody is going to slaughter a human being to feed an animal, but an animal to feed a human being. That's more like it. There are some documentaries which are available on Netflix that prove plants are a source of protein. Yes, I've watched those documentaries, one which Arnold Schwarzenegger himself spoke, but they are for a select group of people. I'm not a fan of that. I prefer a carnivore diet, or I prefer meat. Thank you for taking the time to read this. Yes. Wish you and your family good health. Yes. Wish you make more and more money. Okay, whatever. By the way, my wife eats, um, forest-based food, and there are a lot of Thai and Chinese that literally eat animals when they are alive, even when they move, octopus and all. You can check it out. Maybe that would not be, of your taste. Anyway, I have seen 100 plus videos. Yes, your videos have good content and some valid points. But somewhere along the line, you're just another person offering resume writing services, which you mask as branding. But in actual fact, there's no branding as such in that sort of work. See, if you're not my client, you wouldn't know. You're just assuming. So I don't blame you for it. I suppose you're not my target audience, so I wouldn't convince you, but you have an opinion. So fine, whatever. Next one is Hindu nationalist overtly simping for Israel has absolutely destroyed India's reputation online. These idiots are liabilities to the country and should be drafted to war if they care so much about Israel. Okay, that's your opinion. Next one. India's patriarchal culture is a good thing. Women need to be controlled and kept in line by men in order to prevent feminism and the woke ideology from coming in. Men are clearly the dominant sex as stated in the Hindu scriptures. Okay, whatever floats your boat, my dear friend. Next one. What is this? I have rephrased this. Okay, I've rephrased this, so I'll read it out to you how I rephrased. I'm a 27-year-old single guy who who's not feeling great about the way I look. Okay, I work as an AI engineer in Bangalore for a medium-sized company, and I like reading about history and theology. But things have been really tough for me. I take medicine for 2 years, including antidepressant, which is not good because I've been feeling down. It's been hard because my parents and relatives aren't nice to me. They have big expectations for me and I can't meet them and they keep making fun of me. Even though I'm doing okay with my job and making money, they still put me down. Every day is a struggle. I've been having trouble sleeping lately. I've started taking sleeping pills, but it's not fixing things. A few months ago, I was even thinking of ending my life with too many sleeping pills, but realized it was not a right thing to do. I want to move out because I'm the only child. I don't want my parents to be alone when they get older, but their behavior is getting to me and I don't know what to do. Any advice or suggestion? And please be kind. I already have a hard time. I don't need anyone making fun of me. I would just say, please seek professional help because you seem to be sensitive. You're going through a lot of problems. You're going through problems with your parents, with your friends, with society, with work. Please seek professional help. I don't think I am qualified enough because I don't know you. I don't think I'm qualified to give you advice. Okay, and I'm not making fun of you. I think you need professional help. Okay, next one. This one is also, I've rephrased it. Hey, Mr. Loy, I'm really worried about my daughter. She's become hooked on Korean pop music, dramas, and culture, especially BTS. She's so into it that she stopped focusing on her studies and she wants to be a K-pop star. We are from a simple village in Uttar Pradesh, and I've tried talking sense to her, but it's not working. All she dreams is about meeting BTS and becoming like them. I'm really frustrated with the whole thing. I want to know how this kind of content can have such a big influence on young people and make them forget about life seriously. Can you make a video on it? Maybe if she sees it, she'll understand why I'm so worried. See, this, I would say the fault is yours. You as a parent have failed because how did she get the smartphone? You gave it to her. How did she get access to the internet? You gave it to her. How did she get the freedom to watch all this? Because you failed to do your job. So as a parent, you are a failure. You have failed. Your daughter's upbringing is in your hands. You're the head of the family. You are paying the bills. You're running the show. If you can't control a small girl, you should not be a parent. Okay? Just remember, if there's no internet, if there's no smartphone, how does your daughter have access to all this? You are the one who has failed. That is why she's into all this. If you put her in the army or military, you think she can see all this K-pop and all this nonsense. So the fault is not your daughter's, the fault is yours. I think you need to be guided and you need to put your foot down, and that is how automatically your daughter will be okay. It's not your daughter who needs coaching and guidance, it's you. The fault is yours first. Okay, next one. See my daughter, how things are in control. Strange, right? Why some parents succeed while you can't? Remember, it's not the child, it's the upbringing of the child, and the upbringing comes from the parent. Next one. Hi, Mr. Loy. Thanks for adding me to your WhatsApp groups. It's been fun, and I've learned about people and even myself. I've also tried to end my life like you did, but I actually went through it. I ended up in a hospital for a week and a lot of pain. Luckily, I survived. I've been grateful for my life ever since. I usually agree with your views and often give constructive criticism that many of us Indians are struggling to accept. However, sometimes you speak without fully understanding the situation and circumstance. Anyway, thanks for your guidance. That's all. Thank you. Okay. Next one. How do you test people and gain mastery over testing people? How do you test people? Simple. It's through life, through experience, through time. And, trust but verify. Don't trust someone so blindly that, you can't handle it. Trust but verify. And it comes through maturity, it comes through time. It is not something you can read a book or have someone just, give you an answer. Next one. I believe you're quite arrogant and may not have as many clients as you claim. Okay, uh, it's not my problem, it's your problem. I I mean, do I need to show you my bank balance or number of clients? I mean, in fact, who are you and why should I do it? Mind your own business, let me mind my own. So if you don't want to believe, don't believe. It's not my problem. Okay, next one. When I search for Loy Machedo on Google, I find websites that you have made yourself. Yes, the content that I've shared online on YouTube, Quora, Medium, it's a content that I've shared that appears online, and it's a content I have written. I am not so world famous that people will write about me. I need to write things that can give value to others. I don't write about myself. Law is this. I write content and I give it to people. And if people ask questions about me, I respond. Okay. It seems that it seems like you also judge people who aren't wealthy and are of a different skin color. I judge people. Okay, let me make you understand. If you don't have a good job, you don't have money, you don't have a career, you don't have a life, and you're busy trying to question me, then expect me to put you in your place. And especially if you are an anonymous keyboard warrior, like for example, I don't know who are you, you know who I am. I don't know who are you. So why should I take the time to entertain you? You get what I'm saying? So do you go around entertaining random people on the road, the nothings and nobodies who have nothing got to do with your life? Do you go around convincing yourself to them? You don't. So why should I? You get what I'm saying? However, okay, that's pretty self-centered behavior. However, I think you're knowledgeable and have a good logical perspective on things. Fine. Like I say, focus on yourself because in the end of the day, that is the only thing that matters. Next one. Are you an overthinker? Yes, I do overthink on many issues. I like to analyze. I like to get a clear, logical answer. This can apply to all aspects of your life like jobs, relationships. Do you think this trait can be helpful or detrimental? It all depends. For some people, being obsessed is a good thing. For some, it's a bad thing. It depends from person to person. Okay, next one. As someone who works a regular 9 to 5 job, I'm looking for ways to make extra money on the side. I'm a software developer, but my salary isn't cutting it. I want to find out ways to earn money while keeping my day job. Can you suggest the things to do to increase my income? And what should I consider before a side hustle? I think I've already made a video on this. If I do not know your skills, your age, your profile, your background, your expertise, your experience, your knowledge, your ability to sell yourself, I can't give you an answer to this, my dear. I mean, the very fact you're asking something like this shows how immature you are. Okay? There's no one size fits all. And what I feel is you're just looking for an easy way to make money. There is none. Okay? What you need to do is focus on what you're good at, that offers value to others, solves a problem of theirs, and which they are willing to pay some money through your creativity and your application. That is what you should do. Otherwise, you create anything, you may not get a response. Okay. I think this is the final question. Yeah. Hello, I don't expect to find a perfect solution, but I want to share with you and everyone listening what it is like to live with a stutter. My self-esteem, career, and social life are in bad shape. Can you imagine how hard it is for me to even answer a simple roll call in a class? Saying yes, present takes a huge toll on me. I face embarrassment and humiliation every day. I eventually dropped out of school. I couldn't handle it anymore. It feels like getting through an interview is impossible. I used to be a Christian and even considered becoming a priest. Now I'm an atheist. Okay? Since you didn't expect a solution from me, I'll not give you any. Hope that answers. Last if not the least, you have the most undeniably cute and adorable daughter over. Sending her lots of love. Hope she grows to be a strong young girl and may she fulfill her own destiny and fly high. Okay. So guys, I finally answered all your questions. Now you can't say that I censored anyone. So I hope this answers everything that you guys have been asking me. And hope you enjoyed this. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts and comments. This is me signing off. You guys take care.